To the final part of our special series on climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Having conquered the summit at significant cost, the team is now well placed to explore the mountain's vanishing glaciers. CCTV's Ramah Nyang takes a look at a natural wonder which may be gone in a matter of decades.
We are at the highest point in Africa, on top of Mount Kilimanjaro. And it's one of the most breathtaking sights you will ever see. At last, our camp is in sight. Settled at the foot of the northern ice field, and surely one of the most dramatic places to spend a night. The guides told us that sleep may be hard to come by at such a height. And yet, being awake in such a unique place isn't really a bad thing. With morning comes a clear day and a chance to explore a truly magical landscape. The height we're at is causing problems for some of the team. We learned last night that one of our team didn't make it up due to some severe effects of the altitude. Even the team of guides and porters, people used to working at this level, has been reduced in order to limit the number of them exposed to the harsh conditions. Despite this, our camp seems as well maintained as ever, and the day-to-day tasks are carried out as usual. The snow and ice of Kilimanjaro are as widely talked about today as they were when the first European explorers set eyes on Kilimanjaro's white peak. Back then, the idea of a snow-capped mountain so close to the equator was greeted with disbelief and ridicule. These days, through rising temperatures and reduced precipitation, it's that the snow and ice is vanishing at such an alarming rate that's making the headlines. And they're disappearing not because of any large increase in temperature up here, but, believe it or not, due to a lack of snow. If ice is melting at its normal rate, but there's no precipitation to replenish the glacier, it will inevitably vanish. This year, with higher than normal snowfall during the region's short rains, the height of the northern ice field has grown by 4 meters back to its level in 2011. Because it's still a big glacier, snow can pile up on top and freeze solid. However, the total area of the northern ice field continues to reduce as it takes a huge amount of snow to expand a glacier sideways.
This glacier used to extend to like way over there.
Just over the ridge, this ridge in front of us, and so the small ice patch.
Yeah.
Since I came to the northern ice field, the glacier used to be there.
So how long based on various estimates, until this disappears?
Well, based on some publication or some scientific I'm be working with, they say this might last up to 30 years, the remaining of the northern ice field as the biggest glaciers,
Yeah.
unless otherwise something terrible will go wrong that might take the glaciers more quicker.
Yeah.
So this is the weather station for University of Innsbruck. This has several things going on here. Every time there's a glacier here, they can tell by looking at the temperature. And so these are the temperature and these are the wind speed. So when they take it down and they can analyzing the weather pattern throughout the years. This was put in 2003.
Yeah.
Before then the glacier was permanently here.
Yeah.
And you can see how much of the glacier has retrieved.
It's time to leave, but I have been struck by how this amazing place is changing.
The really tragic part is a lot of this stuff is disappearing. Where I'm standing now, for example, used to be under that glacier. Give it another 30 years, maybe another century, and all of that might be gone.
I am sad to be leaving, but I'm also very pleased to be heading home. It has been an unmatchable experience exploring Kilimanjaro, and the team have learned a lot about the mountain and ourselves. We were lucky that our time up here coincided with higher than usual snow cover, so we saw it as most now don't get the chance to. My last feeling is that if an urban dweller like me can get up here, then anyone can. And what you see and learn looking down on the rest of the continent will make an impression on you forever. We should be very proud of places like this and protect them however possible, so that people in generations to come can also marvel at the white roof of Africa.
Tutafunika